The 1964 Civil Rights Act was the most important civil rights law passed since Reconstruction in America in the 1880s.
President Lyndon Johnson is credited with getting the landmark law through Congress. It outlaws discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. The law passed during the civil rights struggles of the early 60s, led by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Since that time, you can't keep people out of your establishment just because they're Black, or you can't you can't decide that you're not going to hire somebody just because they're Black. It's really been extraordinarily important in the development of this country.
Vince Warren is the executive director of the Center for Constitutional Rights and says the act doesn't address some of the problems that we're seeing today.
The culture of white supremacy. It's about how Black people are seen by law enforcement, how Black people are seen in society.
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Please tell them whatever you like.
This is an example of what Warren means. A white woman calling police on a Black man after he says he asked her to put a leash on her dog in Central Park. But Warren believes incidents like this are not for Congress. They need local oversight. But beyond race, the 1964 Civil Rights Act is having a huge impact today. 2 weeks ago, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the act's ban on sex discrimination covers gay and transgender people, although that was not Congress's intent in 1964.
The 1964 civil rights legislation was a sea change in the way that the government and businesses that did interstate commerce treating people of color. A sea change.
You know, back in 1964, about 80% of Republican lawmakers voted for the final bill, and about 2/3 of Democrats. Today, the Civil Rights Act is valued by both liberal and conservative legal scholars.